Two men, same street, same situation. But one built a business, while the other remained on the streets. They both heard the same lesson, but only one chose to change. What made the difference? On a cold, rainy morning in downtown Seattle, two men sat outside a busy coffee shop. Leo and Sam. For months, this had been their routine. Sitting on cold concrete, holding cardboard signs, surviving on spare change from strangers rushing past them. They had the same past, the same empty pockets, and the same belief that life had treated them unfairly. They watched people walk by every day, well-dressed, busy, purposeful, while they remained stuck in the same place. And over time, they stopped questioning it. Because when you repeat the same life long enough, it starts to feel normal. They stopped dreaming about something better. They only focused on getting through the day.
It's cold out here.
And slowly, without realizing it, they accepted a life they once feared. One morning, a man stepped out of the cafe, well-dressed, calm, focused. His name was Elias. Sam nudged Leo. "That guy's rich. Watch this." He reached out. "Spare some change, sir? We have nothing." Elias stopped, but instead of giving money, he asked, "I can give you $1, and it will feed you for an hour. But what will you give the world to feed yourself for a lifetime?" Sam frowned. "Look at us. We have nothing to give." Elias looked deep into their eyes and replied, "Wealth isn't about what you can gather. It's about what you can provide." He paused. "If you want to receive, you must first offer value." For a brief second, everything felt different. Not because the world changed, but because the truth hit too hard to ignore. And then he walked away. Sam scoffed. Arrogant nonsense. He went back to begging like nothing had happened. But Leo couldn't move. Those words stayed in his mind. That night he couldn't sleep. If I want to receive, I must give. He kept asking himself, what do I have to offer? At first, the answer felt obvious. Nothing. No money, no skills, no opportunities. But the more he repeated that answer, the more it sounded like a lie. A lie he had believed for years. And that thought made him uncomfortable, because for the first time, he wasn't blaming the world. He was questioning himself. And that single shift became the beginning of everything. The next morning, Leo didn't beg. He observed. He noticed people running through the rain, getting soaked. Then, an idea. He took his last few dollars, went to a thrift store, bought a large used umbrella, and stood outside the cafe. "Let me walk you to your car." The woman hesitated, then agreed. When they arrived, she handed him money. Leo paused. This wasn't pity. This was exchange. But what most people don't see is how uncomfortable that first step really was. At first, Leo felt awkward, standing instead of sitting, offering instead of asking. Some people ignored him. Some rejected him. Some didn't even look at him, as if he didn't exist. And every rejection felt heavy. Each no felt like proof that nothing had changed. And for a moment, he almost went back to begging. Because begging was easy. No risk, no rejection, no effort. But something inside him had shifted. Every time he gave value, he felt different. stronger, more in control. And slowly, his identity began to change. He was no longer a man waiting for help. He was becoming a man who creates value. Meanwhile, Sam watched everything and laughed. Why work for small money? But what Sam didn't understand was this. Every time you choose comfort, you choose the same life again. Days turned into weeks. Leo kept going, holding doors, cleaning tables, helping people. He became useful, and slowly, people started noticing. Because when you solve problems, you become valuable. And when you become valuable, opportunities start finding you. And what started as a small idea began turning into something bigger. One day, Elias returned. Leo stepped forward. "Today, I have something to offer." Elias smiled. "You finally understand." He handed Leo money and said, "You're not a beggar anymore. You're a businessman." That was Leo's last day on the street. 3 years later, Elias walked out of the same cafe. But this time, a clean, branded van pulled up. It was a local cleaning service. Out stepped Leo. He wasn't wearing an expensive suit. He wore a uniform with his own company's logo. And more importantly, he carried himself with confidence and purpose. They shook hands, as equals. Leo returned to the old corner. Sam was still there. Same spot, same mindset. Leo offered him a job, a way out. Sam refused. "Just give me money." Leo understood something deeper. You can give someone an opportunity, but you can't force them to change. Two men, same lesson. One ignored it and stayed the same. The other applied it and changed everything. The difference wasn't luck. It was a decision. And that decision is something every person makes, every single day. If this story made you think differently, type one word: value. Because remember, life doesn't give you what you want. It gives you what you offer.